So this is like the third time that I tried to film this, and I really hope that I can finally film it this time because I'm just getting annoyed and I cannot speak today. So anyway, take 3. Hey guys, so this video is going to be all about the books that I read during the year of 2016. If you guys didn't know, I love to read, and I do go through phases of like I need to read all day every day and then I'm just not into this. And right now I'm kind of in a reading slump, I would say. These are all the books that I read in 2016. I did have a reading goal on Goodreads to read 15 books, and I did get that far. I read 9.5, but I'm not like kicking myself for not meeting my reading goal. It's not a big deal. I just kind of set one because the year before and the year before that I just read a ton, and last year I didn't read as much. I did have a lot of things going on, but I just didn't read as much. But it's totally fine that I didn't meet my reading goal. This year I think I did 10 books, so hopefully I'll get somewhere close to that. But I'm just gonna go through and talk about each of the books, kind of give a description and what I thought about it, and if I can remember my Goodreads rating, I'll mention that. But these are in no order in particular. I'm just gonna pull from my pile in front of me. I don't actually remember the order that I read them in. So the first book that I have here is The Scrapbook of My Life by Alfie Days, who, if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, is a YouTuber. Pointless Blog is his YouTube name. And this is just a book about Alfie's life. It's kind of a memoir, I guess you can say. He does have 2 other books, The Pointless Book and The Pointless Book 2, which I do have on my bookshelf behind me. Those are more activity books. This book it's not a chapter book, but there really aren't any activity type things in here. There are some pictures, but it's mostly like Alfie telling stories about his life that he hasn't put online, which I found really interesting because, you know, he does daily vlogs, so he does put a lot of himself, like of his life, online, but a lot of these stories were things that he didn't share online, so it was really interesting to hear about them and to learn more about him. So see, you know, there's like a lot of pictures and things in here too, and really interesting to read. It was really quick, like it's not that thick, and it's literally just like, you can see there's not much to it, so it was just fun to like pick up and, you know, read a little bit here and there. So yeah, I did really enjoy this, and I know I posted a picture of it on Instagram like back when I got it, but I do know I got a lot of questions there, so I'm just gonna explain it now. But my copy is blue, and if you know about the book, you know that the normal copy is red, and there was a limited edition copy that was black, but this blue one is actually an airport edition of it. So when this book came out, my dad went on a business trip to England, and the book had not come out in the US yet. I think he went like right around the release day of it, and so I asked him to pick it up for me because I just did not feel like waiting for it to come out here in America, and plus I would need to order it online anyway because it wasn't like in the store. So I just asked my dad to pick it up, and he just got it in the airport because I'm pretty sure that's like the only bookstore that he passed. So anyway, that's where this is from, and that's why it's blue. But I really enjoyed it, and I probably gave it something like 5 stars on Goodreads. So next, to go along with Alfie's book, of course, we have Zoe's book. And if you don't know Zoe Zoella, is also a YouTuber. Her and Alfie are dating. The 2 of them are like 2 of my favorites. Zoe, I think, is my #1 favorite YouTuber. But anyway, that's a whole different video. Girl Online on Tour, and it is the second book in her now trilogy. There's Girl Online on Tour, and Girl Online Going Solo, which I do have. I pre-ordered a signed copy from Waterstone, but I haven't read it yet. It's like my #1 book to read this year, but anyway, we'll get to that later. These books just follow a girl named Penny, and she is a high schooler, and she has a blog where she blogs anonymously as Girl Online. That's the blog's name, and it just follows her life and things that she goes through. I'm not gonna really go into too much what this book is about if you haven't read the first one yet, just because this is a continuation of the first one, and I just don't want to give like spoilers if you haven't read it yet or whatever. But I did really enjoy this. They are just super quick, easy reads. They're really fun. I consider them like lighthearted books. Like, they're not super intense, and they're very just quick and easy, and I just really enjoy reading them. I know there's like mixed things about it. Some people don't like them, you know, some people really enjoy them. I'm one of the ones that really enjoys them. I just think they're really fun and easy, and you know, after kind of a more intense book, it's just a really fun thing to just pick up and have something a little bit more lighthearted to read. And I think I gave this probably about like 4 or 5 stars on Goodreads. So next we have a book that's pretty opposite to Girl Online and kind of a non-lighthearted book, kind of book you would read before you read Girl Online. And it is called Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ning, I think. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce her last name. This book, it's an adult novel and it's about a family, and this takes place during the 70s. The 70s, I forget exactly where. I want to say somewhere in like the Midwest, I think it's the Midwest. Yeah, in Ohio. It takes place in the 1970s in a small town, Ohio. Middle child, the eldest daughter of this family. They are a Chinese American family. The mother is Chinese and the father is American. And the daughter, Lydia is her name, she is missing. And then they come to find out that she actually has died. And the whole book is just about this family kind of coping with the loss of their daughter, because Lydia was the favorite child. She got the best grades, she was the prettiest, and find out a lot about Lydia. Like, she hid a lot of things. This whole entire family hides a lot of things. They don't share, they don't talk, they're not what they appear to be on the outside. And you just learn about how this family is and how, you know, they've gotten to where they are, and, you know, why they're the way they are, and a lot of things that basically everything I never told you. You learn all of the things that they never told each other, and it was pretty good. I had higher expectations for it. I think that's why I wasn't as impressed with it. But I don't read adult novels as much. I prefer young adult. I don't know. I don't enjoy them as much because I think I'm in this like in between phase where young adults, a lot of them are too young for me, but then a lot of adult novels are too old for me. I can't relate to them. This I wouldn't say is one that I couldn't relate to. There is one on my list that I just couldn't relate to, and I'll get to that later on. But it was a good book. I would recommend it. I think I gave it about 3 stars on Goodreads. The writing was good, the story was pretty interesting, but I don't know, it's not something I'll pick up again, but it's not something I regret reading. So next we have a book I read in the summer, in the middle of the summer. Oh my god. Hands down the best book I read the entire year, and it is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I have an entire video review of the book and the movie, which I'll leave a link to down below and a card to up there. Oh my god, the book is just amazing. I'm not going to talk as much about it because I do have an entire video dedicated to it, but it is about Will here, and he is quadriplegic. He got in an accident and is paralyzed from about chest down, and he really can't do anything, and his life now is just so different from his life before, because before the accident he was very active. He, you know, had a girlfriend and his life was really going up, and then the accident happened and it's just complete 180. He's in a wheelchair, he can't do anything, he doesn't work anymore, he doesn't travel, doesn't, you know, have his friends anymore, and his life is just complete 180. And his family hires Louisa as a kind of caregiver to him. Basically, he is suicidal, he doesn't want to live anymore, and she's basically just babysitting him and making sure he doesn't hurt himself. The two of them slowly become very good friends, and then of course fall in love. It's not a love story though. Like, I went into this thinking it was a love story, and it's not. It's, you watch them, the two of them grow together and separately in the whole book, and I think that's what I enjoyed most about it, is just the character growth. A lot of books have issues with character growth. This book is literally all character growth, and it's so good, and I just recommend this to everyone. I read it because of like all the hype around the movie, and I did read this before I saw the movie. Oh my god, this book is just so good, and it is slow in the middle, but then there's like one part and the whole ending is just, you want to read it all in one shot. It's just, I did give this 5 stars on Goodreads, and I just I'm just gonna restrain myself from like going on about this because I'm not gonna be able to explain it correctly just because I love it so much. But I have a whole video of it, so you can go watch my review there down below. Next we have, I don't want to call it a trilogy, I don't know exactly what to call this. I guess a series, but not really. They're Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After. So I'm just going to talk about each one individually. So first we have Anna and the French Kiss, and this book follows a girl named Anna, and her dad sends her to a American in France school. It's like a kind of like, yeah, it's a boarding school in France for Americans. She's from Georgia, I believe. I think she's from Atlanta. She at first just does not want to go and is so against it, and she really misses home and her old school, but then she learns to like it and learns to love France and makes a lot of friends, and again, just like a character growth kind of thing, but it's just a really cute book. It's just, I don't know how to describe it except all of them are just adorable. They sound all like juvenile and like lovey-dovey, but they're actually a lot more than that. They are very good, and I will definitely read all of them again, and I especially like this one. I think this one is my favorite out of the 3. And then next we have Lola and the Boy Next Door, and it is about a girl named Lola who is also in high school, and she used to be in love with the boy next door, and then something happened. They moved away and now they're back, and it's like her dealing with the fact that he's back and that she doesn't want to be around him, and it's all like, you know, she wants to grow up a lot quicker and that sort of side of high school. But again, really adorable, really cute. And then last but not least, we have Isla and the Happily Ever After, and it revolves around Isla, who is actually a student at the same school that I mentioned that Anna went to. She's actually a year younger than Anna, and it's just about her trying to figure out where she wants to go to school, because she's originally from New York and she sees New York and Paris as, you know, her home. She is half French, half American, and she loves both cities, and she doesn't know where she wants to live. She wants to live in either of those cities, and just her kind of pushing her comfort zone and figuring out, you know, where she wants to be in this world while also dealing with a boy that she likes. And so it's just really a really cute book, just like the other 2. I just can't say that enough. They're just all really adorable. And the thing that I like most about these books is that although you don't have to read them in order, I guess like chronological order is the way that I just spoke about them. It's the way they were written and published, but you don't have to read them that way if you don't want to. All the stories are separate, yet they intertwine, so it's better if you read them, Anna, Lola, and Isla, but you do not have to. They are 3 separate stories, but the characters show up in other books. So like the characters from Anna and the French Kiss show up in the other 2 books, and same with all of them. Like all the characters kind of intertwine and show up in each of the books, and I think that's what I really like most about them, that they're all separate books but still part of a series. And I just thought that was really cool. I'd never read anything like that before, and I pretty much gave them all, you know, 3 to 5 stars on Goodreads. So next we have 2 books that I don't have with me because I borrowed them from the library, but the first one I'm going to talk about is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson, and I really like Morgan Matson. I really enjoy her books, and I really would like to read more of them this year. I did read her book Since You've Been Gone summer of 2015, and I really enjoyed that, so I wanted to pick up. I'm pretty sure it's new. I think it was published last year, The Unexpected Everything, and it is about a girl. I think her name's Andy. I totally forgot her name. It's been a while, but she had all these big plans for her summer vacation. She was going to do an internship and just, you know, get ready for, you know, college and all of that. But her dad is a politician, and there was something that happened, and basically her plans all get ruined, and now she has to stay home and figure out what to do. She wants to get a job and just basically figure out her summer. Just a really nice summer read. I think her books are great for the summer, so if you are looking for something to read for the summertime, I think her books are amazing. I did enjoy Since You've Been Gone more than The Unexpected Everything, but I did still enjoy The Unexpected Everything, just not as much as Since You've Been Gone. But yeah, like I said, they're great summer books, and if you're looking for books to read during the summer, definitely pick up Morgan Matson's. I was interrupted again, but we're not going to restart, we're just going to keep going. So the next book that I have to talk about is Landline by Rainbow Rowell, and this is a book that I did not enjoy at all, which is weird because I really like Rainbow Rowell and her writing. I really love her book Fangirl. I just absolutely love that book. That book is amazing and very relatable, but really good. Actually, you can kind of see it on my shelf right there. That book I read a few years ago. But Landline, I was like, first of all, I really love the cover. This is a book about a woman who is just kind of not doing well in her marriage and her family, and she finds a phone at her mom's house, an old phone that she used in high school, I think, or college, and she uses it to like call her husband, but she's calling her husband in the past, so at a time when they were still like right before they got engaged. I think I really didn't enjoy it because I just couldn't relate to it at all. Like obviously I do not have a husband, I do not have children, I do not have a family like that, and so I just could not relate to it at all. You know, maybe in like 10 or 15 years or something, whenever, you know, I have a family, I'll read it again, and you know, I'll be able to somewhat relate to it, but I just couldn't, and for that reason I didn't enjoy it. Although the writing style is still great, it's still Rainbow Rowell. Her writing is probably one of my favorite writing styles at all. She's one of my favorite authors, but I do want to read more of her books. Like, this did not put me off from her other books. So now I'm going to talk about a book that I started reading, I would say fall of 2016, and I'm almost done with it now. But it is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, and I got this at the W.H. Smith in Harrods. Actually, as part of the Zoella book club from 2016. That's why the cover looks like this. Otherwise, instead of purple, it's actually blue. But this is a book about Finch and Violet, and they become friends in odd circumstances, and it just kind of talks about their friendship and growth together, and just kind of talks about their lives and their experience with like mental health. Finch, I mean, I'm like almost done with it, and I still don't really understand what exactly he is going through, some type of mental illness. Violet is kind of still traumatized from an accident she had with her sister, where her sister passed away. So it's just the two of them dealing with their own things and then meeting in a weird circumstance, and they understand each other on a different level, and it's just really good. I really enjoy it. Although it's been taking me forever, I do really enjoy this. So far I'm probably giving it like a 3 or 4 stars on Goodreads. I do recommend it, but yeah, I'm still going, and I really hope I finish soon, because I have a few books that I will mention that I really do want to get through in 2017. And then the next book I'm going to talk about, it's one of those like you pick up and read a little bit, put down, kind of read when you feel like it, and it's The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, The Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing by Marie Kondo. And it's just a book about organization and kind of how to get rid of things and declutter and all that, and the Marie Kondo's method. I think the method is called KonMari. I just heard a lot about it here on YouTube, and I just found this book for a very good price, so I was like, you know what, why not? I'm just gonna buy it, and I've been like flipping through it here and there. It's definitely not something that I plan on finishing anytime soon. I am enjoying it, and I am hoping I learn a lot from it. Another book that I totally forgot about that I did get in 2016, and it's another one of those books like you read a little bit at a time. The Hidden Magic of Walt Disney World, and this is the second edition. There is a first one, but this one's the more updated one. If you guys didn't know, I love Disney, love it so much, and I just heard about this book and thought it was super interesting, and it just talks about all these things in the parks. It talks about each park separately and different things that you may not know about. I don't know, it's just really interesting, and it just talks like it goes in depth in each attraction and says something about it that just a regular tourist, a regular person who's visiting the theme park would not know. But you reading this book will be able to be like, oh well, there's that little thing that I didn't know, but this is this is what they did, the Imagineers, and it's just really interesting. So if you love Disney and you like going to Disney World, I think this is definitely a good read for you. So these next 4 books I'm going to talk about are books that I got in 2016, but I just really want to read in 2017. And so the first book that I have on my list that will be the first book I read once I finish All the Bright Places is Girl Online Going Solo. And again, like I said before, this is Zoe's 3rd book in that Girl Online trilogy. And I pre-ordered this before it came out. I think I pre-ordered it in like September or something. It came out in November, and this one is actually a signed copy, as well as my Girl Online on Tour. That one's a signed copy too. But this one I got from Waterstones online. I'm very excited to read this and see what Penny's up to now, and this is definitely going to be the first book I read as soon as I'm done with All the Right Places, and I really want to finish All the Right Places as soon as possible because I've been dying to read this for like 2 months now. Then we have Anna Kendrick's book, Scrappy Little Nobody, which I did get for Christmas. It's in my Christmas haul, so I'll leave a link to it up there so you can go watch it. But this is just kind of another one of those memoir books and it's obviously Anna Kendrick's, but I really like her. I think she's a great actress, and I think she's hysterical, and so I'm really excited to read this and read all about her life because I don't know much about her life, like her personal life, I guess, and so I'm really excited to read it in her words because I feel like this book is going to be hilarious. And then we have the book Everything by Nicola Yoon, and I am not 100% sure what this is about. I think it's about a girl who's like basically allergic to everything, and she doesn't leave her house, but then like a boy moves next door, and I think things happen from there. I'm not exactly sure, but I've just heard nothing but good things from this book, and so I'm really excited to read it. And then last but not least, we have this book called Leave Your Mark, Land Your Dream Job, Kill It in Your Career, Rock Social Media by Eliza Licht. I think that's how you say her last name. This is one of those like self-help books about like, you know, finding a dream career and kind of being awesome in life. And if you guys didn't know, I'm a recent college graduate and I still don't know what I want to do, and I'm still looking for a job and all that. So I bought this book a long time ago. I bought it while I was still in school, and I just haven't picked it up. But this year I am determined to read it, just because I feel like now more than ever it can help me and kind of I can relate to this. So those are all the books that I read in 2016 and I plan to read in 2017. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are a big reader like I am, you know, leave a comment down below and let me know what books you read in 2016, and maybe it'll help my list grow for the books that I want to read in 2017. Or if you read any of the books that I mentioned here, let me know how they are. Let me know what you thought of them. Maybe we can have like a little discussion in the comments about all these books, because I love to read. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Also, I will, like I said, leave links down below to all the videos that I mentioned in this video. So, you know, if I talk about a video, I'll leave it down below. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, like, subscribe, check out my channel for other videos, and I will see you in my next one. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.